Hey, my name is Sid. I'm the co-founder of Tedy. The goal of this video is to do an overview of the platform for the employer. Tedy is a self-serve platform, so all you need to do to get started is to go on our website, Tedy.app, and click on sign up. You'll be brought to the platform where you'll see a get started section. And so this is quite straightforward. All you need to do is to follow these 4 steps to get started. First step is to add your employees. So you can click here and add your employees. You can either manually provide your employees' email or do a file import if you have multiple employees. You can assign labels to organize different types of employees, whether it's full-time, part-time, or by tenure, for example. You can do that so with labels here, and then you can schedule invitations for later if your program will be launching later, or you can send the invitations now. Do note that before you enter a payment method, these invitation emails won't get sent out. So once that's done, the second step is to set up your wallets. Now, what are wallets? Wallets are basically a group of categories to which you can assign different budgets. And so if you have one budget for your employees' wellness, and then you want them to fully decide what they can do, what they want to spend their money on, you can just set up one wallet. If you have like a budget for sports and another budget for anything else, then you can set up 2 wallets, which will allow you to really hand out amounts based on the type of category in each wallet. So in this example, let's say I'm creating multiple wallets. I can create one here and select most popular, for example, and say that this one is called Flex. So this is really up to the employee to decide if I allocate amounts in this wallet, how they want to use that amount throughout those categories. I can also set some settings like putting a reset date. So let's say every 31st of December, I want this to reset to 0 for everyone. And I also can put a cap or a maximum balance and say if I don't want my employees to be able to accumulate more than $1,000, for example. So this can be done here. I can then create a second wallet, and let's say, for example, I want this one to be learning and development. So this is going to be for training. I can call it training, for example. And so by creating these 2 wallets, I'm allowing my employees to have one budget for training or learning and development, and then another budget for the rest of those categories that they then will have the freedom to choose how they want to spend their money. Third step is to create your allocations and recognitions. So what those are basically is you can think of allocations as being baseline amounts for your regular wellness program. You can create them on a one-time basis, or they can be monthly, recurring, or annually. When you create one, your employees will receive that amount, and they'll be able to see when the next recurrence of that amount is, and they'll be able to use it throughout those categories. Recognition, on the other hand, is really designed to highlight specific actions or moments inside your company. And so there are one-time amounts only, but that are tied to concrete things that happen or special moments. So you can give a shout out, or you can highlight a goal achievement or a special date. So let's say a hiring anniversary, for example, you can highlight a client that's satisfied with your employee's work, or you can send a shout out for an employee that has referred a friend whom you hired, and so you can select this here. And so you can send, let's say, a $25 amount that will go into the employee's Flex wallet because you're saying thanks for referring your friend that we hired. And so they can then feel really rewarded for what they've done inside your company. So this is the baseline structure. Now let me show you an existing account here. So I've been using Tedy for a while now. You can see in the insights section, you have top 3 most used category. And so these are the most claimed categories inside the company. I also have a trending category, which is the category that in the last 30 days has had the highest amount claimed. And also the average tenure. So on average, an employee inside this company has a tenure of 546 days. Of course, this will be more precise if you add a hiring date. Otherwise, we'll be using the date at which your employees have been added to Tedy. And you have an overview of how the different amounts have been used throughout the categories inside your company. So the total that has been reimbursed to employees based on the nature of the category that has been used for those claims. So you have a list here. And then I'll show you what a table full of employees looks like. So you can, once you've added employees, you'll have them listed here. Of course, this is just examples with active employees that I've removed. You can, of course, organize your employees with labels, as I said. So in this demo here, I can create labels for part-time employees, full-time employees, and sort them by tenure, for example, and say, okay, I want to really see those employees. What that allows me to do is to target them more specifically when I create allocations and recognition. Same for the status here. I can take a look at the different statuses, so inactive, active, or just invited employees that haven't created their account yet. So let's say that I do create a recognition, for example, and I want to say someone did outstanding work, and so who will receive, it's going to be a specific employee labels. Let's say it's my 2-year tenure employees. It's going to go to their Flex account. I'm going to send them $50, and it's going to be tomorrow, for example. So this will be sent out once, and you can see that this will be used for that recognition with some pre-made text that we provide for this specific recognition, but you can of course edit it and make it your own. In the allocations section here, it's quite similar. I can select the wallet that's it's going to fund and say it's $120 recurrence. It's going to be once a month, and then this is going to be starting March 1st every month on the 1st of the month. And who is it going to target? It's going to be all of my employees, and then I can add some description and create that allocation that way. So this is those are the two mechanics for sending out money to your employees. Note that we only charge you for amounts when the employee claims that amount. So this is what you can see in the report section. You have two types of report: the usage history and the real-time snapshot of your company and their usage. So if I go in the real time, you can see that all my employees are listed here. For each wallet, I have a balance and an in-transit amount. So a balance is the amount that they're allowed to use to claim, and in-transit means it's an amount that they have claimed, but they have not yet been reimbursed for. So let's say an employee spends $100 on a yoga mat and they submit a claim, we approve it, and then we charge you that $100 afterwards. So you only pay, as I said, when the employee uses that amount. And then it's going to take a couple days for us to process the payment and send the payment back to the employee using Interact e-transfer. So this couple days of life cycle, after the employee submits the claim and they get reimbursed, during that time, this amount will show up in the in-transit column. Now, you need to track the usage, of course, and you need also to keep an eye on how much has been reimbursed, because there needs to be an adjustment made in your payroll system for taxable benefits. Every single dollar that's spent on Tedy is considered a taxable benefit, only amounts that have been reimbursed, that being said. So if you look at this report here, you'll see for each wallet, there's an allocated section, so how much has been allocated, a submitted column, so amounts that have been claimed by the employee, and then reimbursed, the amount that have been reimbursed to the employee. So down the line, the reimbursed amount will equal the submitted amount, of course. And so let's say you can do it every pay cycle, every trimester, every year. It's really up to you. You can, let's say for the last month, I can look at here and say, okay, I'm going to export this report, take a look at the reimbursed column, and then based on that amount, I can make an adjustment in my payroll system to take into account that taxable benefit. That's pretty much it for the core section. There's also the settings section when you can, take a look at your subscription, your next payment. The payment method here can be adjusted, so it can be a credit card or a bank account. You can see the profile here where you can turn on dark mode if that's what you're into. There's your company info here, and the billing section here will show all the invoices that have been sent to you, whether it's a subscription invoice for your subscription to Tedy, or a usage invoice for claims that your employees have made. So you can see all of them here. They're all here. You can export the PDF, and you can also set a billing email, more than one, if the accountant wants to receive those invoices as well. That can be done here. So this is an overview of the platform itself. If you have any questions or any requests, feel free to click on the little bubble here. It will pop up the live chat support chat. So you can click on there, ask any questions. We'll be there and answer within 24 hours. So we more than encourage you to do it. And we really hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much.